On Wednesday, Monique filed a lawsuit against Paramount and CBS for unpaid royalties from her hit series, The Parkers. The Queen of Comedy shared the news of the lawsuit in an Instagram post where she noted the executive producers of the show filed a similar lawsuit due to the same concerns. Countess Vaughn, who played Monique's daughter on the show, offered her own support by reposting a headline from the Jasmine brand saying, "Gotta get our money." Monique responded by writing, "Countess Vaughn, it was an honor to work with you for 5 years, and it's an honor to stand with you to get what we are owed for the last 24 years. In this industry, the goal is to hit 100 episodes so you can go into syndication. Our show did 110 episodes. We are the Parkers." Today we have our Comedy Hype analysts, Capone and Pierre, calling to the show to give their thoughts and reactions. Now, Pierre, I'm gonna come to you first, and I wanna read Monique's original post and get your reaction to it. So Monique would repost the headline that we've seen of her suing CBS and Paramount, and here's what she had to say exactly. She says, "Today we filed a lawsuit to make sure that we are fairly paid money that we are owed for the Parkers. Actors rely on the good faith of Hollywood companies to honor their profit participation agreements. The Parkers was a huge success and continues to be a source of revenue through syndication and streaming channels. To further my point, the executive producers of the Parkers took legal actions for the same concerns that I'd have, and they've already settled. Unfortunately, all too often, talent gets kept in the dark. We are looking forward to shedding some light on this subject. I love us for real." Pierre, I'm coming to you. After seeing these headlines and hearing from Monique, what's your reaction to it?
I'm 100% with her. On something like this, she's absolutely correct. The pot should be shared. I mean, somebody shouldn't feel like left out, be it artists, producers, or whoever, writers. It was a collective effort to make something, successful. And like she said, she was the face of the show. They were the face of the show. People didn't turn in to see the producers or the writers or the cameraman. They went to see, to watch them young ladies and the whole cast. And if money is being made, why not? What's wrong with sharing that? Don't be greedy. Let's not be greedy. So I'm down for her 100% with this one.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Just the other day, I was watching The Parkers, so it's still something that I watch to this day. Capone, let me bring you in. Same thing. I want to get your reaction once you saw that Monique was suing Paramount and CBS for royalties that she's owed on The Parkers. What's your reaction to it?
Agree with Pierre. She deserves it. Anytime that you put that type of work in and you get 110 episodes, and I mean that should be in the contract already. I know sometimes streaming and all the other things that come with it, syndication, is not always in the contract, but yeah, there should be some type of negotiation to give the people what they definitely deserve.
Right, and I think a lot of people, I don't know exactly what's in that contract, but streaming didn't exist then, so, I can only imagine, what that verbiage, but I think we'll continue to see this play out. Now, and we kind of have, Pierre, I want to come back to you. We've kind of seen this similar situation. Chappelle fought for, his royalties on the Chappelle Show because HBO was streaming that. So, we saw that argument, or not even argument, that fight. I want to come to you, Pierre, because, we've seen Monique in the headlines, right? There was obviously some turning point of when people started looking at Monique a little differently because although she's fighting a beast that we talk about all the time, we know Hollywood is known for chewing people up and spitting them out, and here's Monique fighting for them, but she's looked at more of a villain than, someone taking a stance. When did people stop supporting Monique, or why don't we see a lot of people rallying behind Monique to fight this beast that we talk about all the time?
Because she's almost too strong of a woman for most people. She's a very, opinionated, and she fights for what she believes in wholeheartedly, stands on it. And some people want her sometimes to chill and calm down. And, she comes off a little rough at people, at times, no different than me, no matter what I say on here, people's opinions are what it is already. If you don't like me, you don't like me. I don't give a damn. I say give candy to everybody. Like, I don't give a damn. Why he got to say give candy? I don't let he give candy out. But if my good friend Capone say give them niggas pickles, every nigga be like, I like pickles. I like pickles. It's who you like. If you like somebody, you like them. If you don't, you don't, no matter what they say. And it's okay. I respect her for standing up for what she believes in. I may not believe every time what she stands up for, but that's what it is. People just, some people, the way you say it, it's all in the tone and how you deliver stuff a lot of time. But I believe a lot of times it's also, give her a chance. I mean, listen to what she got to say. You don't have to agree with it, but listen. But don't start off with, man, here she go again. Well, then, all right, you already she's already in the 8-ball behind the, 8-ball. So that's what I think the reason is,
Yeah, Capone, let me bring you in. Same question for you. Why do you think, people stop supporting Monique, or we don't see people rallying behind Monique to fight the beast that we always talk about?
One of the reasons is that Monique is not known for a person who gives back. When you're in this type of business and you got all these people who support you, she's from Baltimore. And Baltimore is a very, very city that needs a lot of help out there. And I don't know personally, but I've never heard Monique out there giving back to the people. And, when you start that and you become successful, people don't forget that because they are the ones who made you successful. So at first they will fight for you. But when you get what you got, and after you got what you got, and you don't turn back and look back and give some kind of thanks, you're not going to keep doing this to us. And that's the way people feel.
But I have a question, just a curious question. And he's my boy. What is Chappelle giving back? How does he look like giving back? If Monique has it and you don't see her giving back, what Chappelle give back? Well, we know.
He definitely gives back to Ohio. He opens up comedy clubs. He supports businesses. He puts out a lot of different things. He does a whole week or two for the kids to be at certain camps, and he puts a lot of comedians on. He gives back.
Okay. Just wanted to know.
Yeah, no, I think that's a valid question because I know people, in the comments will probably be asking the same thing. So thank you for that, Pierre. I like to close out with solution. I really love having both of you because you're so experienced in this space. So Capone, I'm going to start with you, and then Pierre, I want to end off with you. What is the solution here? Do you think, because we've seen it with Chappelle, right? Now we're seeing with Monique. I've seen shows that, personally, I go back and watch that are now on Netflix and these bigger streaming platforms that, were just on TV back then. So Capone, let me come to you. What's the solution? Do you think actors should be allowed to renegotiate, when their series are going to hit streaming? Like that should be a clause, or just good business to make sure that you go back to the person that made this show popular.
That is the key, good business. I don't care what you do in life. When you are in show business, you have to learn the business part about it. There's a lot of us who, when we were younger, we just wanted that break. We didn't know the business. But as you get involved and you start to get these different opportunities, you learn what the business is about. You learn what your money, what you're worth, and all of that. And you don't always say yes. The most powerful word in the dictionary is no, because no matter when you hear it, you're going to always have a question to it. So I would advise actors, comedians, and all of that to pay attention to the contract. Don't only give it to your lawyer and let him tell you what it is. Learn about those contracts yourself.
Yeah, no, I think you make great points. Pierre, I want to come to you and add a layer because we're talking about Monique, and Countess also in her interview kind of elaborated a little more about, in her words verbatim were, when Hollywood's done with you, they're done with you. She was talking about a time, when she was pregnant, exactly what she was going through. But do you think that also adds to why you have to know the business? Because Hollywood obviously doesn't seem to care. It's just kind of like I said, they chew you up and spit you out. So do you think that should add to, making sure that you know the business, because Hollywood is gonna do what Hollywood does, Pierre?
Well, sure. First of all, you're supposed to do the best you. When you're in this business, you try, especially young and you're making money. Hopefully, somebody can be around you, be wise enough to let you know I always tell people, spend your second money, never your first money, because you're not guaranteed your second money. You're guaranteed your first money because you got the money. Because that's the money supposed to help you for retirement, for the back. And I've always thought like that. So the second money is when you buy all the ridiculous stuff, season 2 of a show or the third movie you got. You know what I'm saying? With that first movie, don't spend all that money right there. That's the first thing I would tell anybody in the business to realize. Spend your second money, not your first money. But Hollywood doesn't owe you anything. It's about chew you up and spit you out. What do they owe you? They don't owe you nothing. You're supposed to be smart enough to pivot, like I did. Look where I'm at now. Comedy Hype News. I got my podcast. I don't need Hollywood. I still make a lot of money traveling, doing what I want. I make my own movies. I got 3 movies coming out now that I wrote, produced, and directed. I learned that, you know what? I don't need Hollywood. I'm not waiting for, they're not gonna control me. There's no puppet strings over here. This is not. You know what I'm saying? I live a great life. You know what I'm saying? A really good life because I didn't depend on Hollywood. You know, I told myself that's not gonna happen. So when people feel like, oh, they kick me to the curb, you put too much onto them to let them control you and control your emotions. So when they stopped hiring you, stopped casting, you thought you weren't valid, you weren't any more good. Damn that, just pivot and do something different. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to do something different. Don't say, woe is me, because Hollywood ain't messing with you no more. Down in Hollywood. Look at Comedy Hype. There's a Black-owned company. They doing their own damn thing. They're not looking for nobody to place them on no network or so forth. That's how you do. So let's no more crying about they kicking us out, they ain't working me no more. It's okay, fuck Hollywood. The most important thing nowadays is this right here, the streaming thing. People don't care about movies going on the theaters no more. Nowadays it's in your phone or on your computer. So you can make movies that go in that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a Hollywood production every time. Hollywood's losing money left and fucking right. So be a businessman. Capone tell you that. Be a businessman, businesswoman. Do your own damn thing. That's why Hollywood can't do nothing to me. And I'm gonna be on Comedy Hype Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Okay, and we love having both of y'all here. Yeah, no, and I'm gonna be here too. Look, y'all always talk about how y'all here. I'm gonna be here too.
I have to say I have never agreed with this man so much. I feel like he done stole what I was going to say. I swear I feel like he went in my book and took what I was going to say. He's 125% right. 125% right. I can't. Oh, I wish I could argue with him on this one, but I know he read my book.
No, I love it. I really, really do love it. And I will say though, I will turn into Monique if Comedy Hype ends up, taking this show somewhere when we're on and gone. Comedy Hype, I will be back. I will be back knocking on the door and asking Monique, okay, Monique, what tactic did you use? Because I do think she's doing I stand behind her as well, and I'll wrap up here. I stand behind her as well. I know, the controversy sometimes can get in the way for some people, but she's fighting a beast that, we've seen. And, Capone, I know you mentioned some things as well. I haven't done my research on that. But, hopefully as things continue to pan out, we see things just come more together. Because goodness gracious, I'm tired of us fighting each other. I just want to see us come together. Now, before we head out, of course, I like to know what you all have going on. So, Mr. Pierre, I'm going to start with you. What do you have coming up? And, of course, how can people follow you? And I really love that hoodie. I like the hoodie that
black on in DC.
I know it. I know it is.
Well, I just made a phone call to my lawyer Steinberg and Ederman Esquire, just in case Comedy Hype acts a fool and shit. Thanks, you got me thinking this shit. So they on speed dial over here. Okay. Let this go into syndication if you want to. Okay. Now, first of all, shout out to Chicago. Thank y'all this weekend. It was off the chain yesterday at Tavern on the Road. I appreciate y'all. So 2 shows sold out. Love it. They showed me a lot of love for being on Comedy Hype. So thank y'all so much for coming out to those shows. This week on Friday, April 21st, I'll be at Party HQ. It's in the DMV, meaning Bowie, Maryland area. Party HQ, come through and support. We got a great show. Me and my man Mike Brooks. And I'm gonna rip it up, man. I got a lot to talk about. I gotta get off my chest. So come out and support. And again, we have my man Jazzy Faye will be on this week at Comedy Hype. Yeah, I mean not Comedy Hype, on my PS Panic Room. Jazzy Faye, the phenomenal producer, Sierra, all the other people, you know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, and you can follow me at Comic Pierre if you like, man. Thank y'all again for supporting the show, this platform.
Absolutely. I appreciate you very much. Last and certainly not least, the businessman himself. Capone, what do you have coming up? And of course, how can people follow you?
I am just leaving Memphis, Tennessee. We had 5 out of 6 shows, 5 sold out shows.
Thanks.
And I'm really, really excited about that because I have never sold out Memphis before. So for this turnaround to be the way that it was, and those people came out and bought my merchandise, all I gotta say is, Memphis, you owe me nothing. This week, I'm in New York. I'm gonna be at Comedy in Harlem, Black-owned comedy club. Shout out to Jamie and his wife for putting this together. And I got 4 shows in New York this weekend. And, I'll be at the Apollo on Wednesday, as always, amateur night.
And how can people follow you?
So they can follow me here on Comedy Hype, but I know some people want to talk to me privately. So reach out to me on Instagram, Comedian Capone. I got one rule. If you can't spell comedian, please don't follow me. Thank you so much.
As always, I appreciate you both very, very, very much. Thank you for chiming in on this topic. But you heard from us. Now we want to hear from you in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Monique and Countess Vaughn's lawsuit over the Parkers? For Comedy Hype News, I'm Symphony Thompson.
Put it in those comments. There it is. Let's read them. Let's read them.
Culture sounds like bumping the ends, like lips curling in when you acting out, like family reunions, like my crew. Put on your shoes, we're leaving. Like she's still talking and you put on your shoes for no reason. It sounds like hands praying over you and rubbing your back. And it's all of that because my mama black.